All right, so welcome back everybody to part 6 of Scarlet Hollow. Part 6 is the beginning of chapter 4. This is the beginning of Thursday. All of our friends just got possessed last night. We did not sacrifice any of our life or Tabitha's life so we could get out of there. The town hall and library are ruined. The Oscar and his daughter are homeless. They're using a miner's house from Tabby. And Stella just walked away and didn't want to talk to me. So, everything's a mess. Everything's going wrong. But we're still alive. So, we're going to pick up on day 4 and get right to it. You open your eyes. It's a new day. Last night seemed so far away. You can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the annex were nothing but a nightmare, chased away by the harsh morning light. But you know that the furious spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. yet lingers, locked behind the doors of the town hall, still tied to the earth by its hatred of you and Tabitha. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine. But your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz on your phone on your nightstand. Hope you made it home okay. Haven't heard from Stella since last night. How about you? You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. We'll call Stella. It's gonna go to voicemail. Hey, what's up? Ha, just kidding. I'm not able to come to the phone right now. This is actually a recording of my voice. It isn't really me. Technology, huh? Anyways, leave a message, or don't. I never check this thing. The mailbox is full and can't accept messages at this time. Hey. Kanik and I are pretty worried about you. Please respond. How's my favorite cryptid hunter? Hey, I'm kind of worried after you ran off last night. Text me as soon as you get the chance. You wait for a few silent minutes. Your message sits undelivered. Everyone had a rough night. She's probably still shaken up. What if Wayne got her? Does Stella disappear like this sometimes? I haven't heard from her either. That's not good. I think we should try looking for her. Let's meet up in town. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. Dustin! You open the drawers. They both have bread now. Human is back! Maybe change mind about eating us. Could be end of Dustin and Dustin Mom. I would never eat you. I love you. Dustin Mom know better than to trust. When push come to shove, survival more important than friendship. Dustin Mom spend too much time outside. It different inside. There enough bread for everyone here. No need eat fingers. Friends. No need eat friends. Dustin still have childhood innocence. Hope Dustin get to keep that innocence forever. I guess her glass house still has that squatter. Tried to reclaim glass house last night, but asshole squatter too big and strong. Dustin Mom stand no chance. Might have to live in Dustin house forever. Human big and strong too. Probably more big and strong than asshole squatter. You fight. Give Dustin Mom glass house back? I'll do my best, but no promises. Squatter have sharp things on head. Human be careful, but Dustin Mom would be eternally grateful to human. Dustin too. I should get going. Okay. I think I've changed their voice, but we're checking the closet. You make your way to the closet. There's no denying it. The doll moved at some point since your most recent visit. But your long dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Someone was in here. Something to mull over for the rest of the day. You might as well take a shower before starting the rest of your day. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. It feels good to wash away the grime of last night's haunting, but eventually, you'll have to leave this place and confront the rest of the day. In the meantime, you... See, I'm more of a nighttime shower person. I don't know. If you're gonna clean up, wouldn't you want to clean before you lay in bed all day? I don't know. My opinion. Think about the door in the clinic. You're still drawn to it, even now. You're going back there today. You're sure of it. Think about Oscar and Rosalina and how the specter of Charles Shaw Jr. has left them without a home. Think about Stella running off. Hopefully she's just sleeping in. Two girls scrub feverishly to escape the mirrors of your skin. You know, like, oh boy. There's a lot, but I think in this situation, the door does interest me. I would be more worried about Stella running off, though, and not responding. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. Alright, head downstairs. It's time for you to face your cousin. You find her in the kitchen, her shoulders hunched in a tight ball of anxiety. They weren't bluffing after all. They're actually striking. Oh, they weren't bluffing after all. They're actually striking in this week of all weeks, as if I didn't have enough on my plate already. I've had a full day to prepare for this, though. They won't know what's coming for them. Thanks again for having my back on this. I know how some of you city folk feel about unions, so early warning was a pleasant surprise. There's an almost cool confidence in the way your cousin talks about the strike. Probably going to get... You probably should... Have you heard anything from Stella? I can't get a hold of her. No, but that's not exactly newsworthy. I'm sure she's just processing what happened last night. We weren't the only ones who were traumatized. Oh, you want me to infiltrate to strike? You seem confident about the strike. What have you got planned? You're predicting a strike. Usually I'm pro-union, but do you know what the strikers even want? Just give them what they want, Tabitha. It's the right thing to do. It's not worth fighting the inevitable. Just fire them all. I'm sure it'll be easy enough to pick up the pieces. After everything you've done for this town... Oh, man. You shouldn't have needed to warn me about a strike. I only been in town. You're a really different spot. Oh, boy. There's a lot. What have you got planned? I've got a lot of things planned. I've already secured enough manpower to keep the mine's basic operations in order. From there, it's just a matter of squeezing the workers until they break. Most of them will back to work by the end of the week, I promise. Do you want me to infiltrate the strike? Even if they didn't already know you're my cousin, that seems like a great way to throw gasoline on a fire. This is my problem to fix. Your only job is to stay safe until the funeral is over. Alright. Even if the mine's in trouble... Oh, just sell it. Get out while you still can. Tabitha bristles. I'm not giving up like that. This is the Scarlet Mine. I'm not just going to cash out on our family's legacy. I'm bringing the mine back to life, one way or the other. Any news on the trapped kids? We have confirmation of at least one voice down there, and the boys have been digging around the clock. I don't think it'll be long before we can pull all this unpleasantness behind us. Do you regret leaving Charlie down there? Not at all, and I don't care if Grandma Eddie killed him. The past is the past, and neither of us had anything to do with it. We can always build a new town hall. We can never get back lost years. I've dawdled long enough. Stay safe. No more hijinks. But let me know if you get into any trouble, okay? She does care about me. Tabitha slips past you, her heavy boots thudding down the hall as she marches away to face her employees. Time to figure out the rest of your day. Foo-foo. You walk over to the cat. What? Will you ever let me pet you? Nod respectfully. She scoffs, her tail twitching with annoyance, but you can sense she's less annoyed than she usually is. Maybe she's getting used to you. I missed you last night. That makes one of us. Will you ever let me pet you? And coat my fur in your disgusting human oils? None. Do you know anything about the stone carvings scattered around town? I'm not here to be your comment de ton. Chien detective. I'm here to watch you flail about in the darkness. I'm not here to provide answers for whatever mysteries confound your feeble American mind. Thanks for not attacking the possums who live in my drawer. They're my friends, and if anything bad happened to them, there would be hell to pay. Of course you would consider those rats to be a friend. I will not dirty my claws with their diseased flesh. Bye, Fufu. Good talk. She scoffs as you walk away. Investigate the garden. Whatever kicked out Dustin's mom in the garden right now, you'd better look into it before you head into town. The air is chilly today. The overcast sky hanging oppressively over the weed-choked flower beds. Investigate the greenhouse. You start carefully picking your way through the underbrush. Doesn't take much effort to find the path, cutting off prickly raspberry bushes and tangled vines littered to the ground of the greenhouse. The glass house, one could say. You step towards the door. It's a goat. I think there's a goat. It's sealed shut by a lock, and you catch a brief glimpse of a horned shadow through the ancient clouded glass. Alright, first let's examine the lock. It's just a padlock. You can pick something like this open in a second. So we're gonna try to talk. What's your name, little guy? Goat. What are you doing in the greenhouse? Human, put me here. Can't complain. Pretty sweet digs, honestly. Stays nice and warm, and there's plenty of eats, too. Did that human have a brown coat and big boots? Coat like, what, fur? Nah, not brown fur, yellow fur. Just on the top, like all you humans. Don't know what boots are. Can't help you there. Hey, whoever you are, there's a possum that would like you to leave. She was here first. This is her house. Don't want to leave. I live here now. She can deal. Where did you come from? Farm. Used to live with other guys like me. Kinda miss them, but not that much. Don't get a share anymore. When are people going to learn that a mere lock can't keep you contained? You pop it open with ease. A warm barnyard smell floods your senses as you stare down at the goat within. It stares back up at you from its place on the tiled floor, surrounded by dried herbs. What are you eating? Plant. Tastes good. Get new bag every day. All I can eat. That don't mean you can take any, though. I'll beat you up. My plant. I feel like the goat's important. I'm sure Tabitha has it there for a reason. Because she said this is what she was talking to Sybil about. She only has one. We're not going to do anything that's going to risk the goat. I don't know what she needs it for, but I don't need to piss her off. Guess I'll leave you to it then. Sure. Suit yourself. More space for me. And close the door on the way out, will ya? It's nippy out there. Close the door on the way out. And you reapply the lock. Your cousin will be none the wiser about your little excursion. Thanks. I appreciate it. You head back to the estate. You investigated the garden. With Stella missing, it's best not to keep Kanika waiting for much longer. Fuel up with a quick jelly sandwich. If Stella's MIA, who knows when you'll get the chance to eat. You make yourself a jelly sandwich in anticipation for the long day ahead of you. And that's that. It's time to head to town. You head to the front door and begin your trek to the town below. The sun shines down through a thin layer of clouds, illuminating the path in a watery gray light. You can't help but feel countless eyes watching you from the tree line, a feeling that reminds you of your time in the woods with Stella. Ditchlings shouldn't be out in the middle of the day, though. They're getting bolder. We got one there. We got one there. We got one there. To your surprise, you find a familiar face making its way up the path towards you. Hey, I was just coming up to see you. Hope you were able to get some sleep after everything that happened last night. I was up most of the night, totally wild on adrenaline. Even if I'd been able to chill out a bit, knowing that thing was right down the street. Yeah, not super conducive to a good night's sleep. Does the library look different? Like, can you see the haunting from the outside? It's boarded up, but I can't say I got close enough to see much anything yet. We could always check it out together, though maybe we'd better not tempt it. That ghost seemed pretty desperate to eat your soul last night, and I don't even know if I'm meaning that metaphorically or literally. Hopefully some slapdash plywood is all it takes to contain that thing. I don't like the thought of it spilling out onto Main Street if it smells a drop of scarlet blood nearby. Yeah, a little uneasy. What if it was the library? No way you keep up that level of haunting. No way I was just in ghost up folders. Well, hopefully no hooligans break into the library. There's a chance I probably would have been dumb. I don't know if it would have been guts. It would have been dumb, but I'm glad Tabitha was with me. If I was by myself, I probably wouldn't have had the guts to walk out of there. Oh yeah? I'm glad that you and your cousin got the chance to bond last night. It's good to see you care about something other than the mind. Have you heard anything from Stella? I haven't heard from her, though we don't text much. I haven't checked in with Winnie to see if she came in for an early breakfast or anything. But if you haven't heard from her, that doesn't sound great. Seeing her like that last night was awful. She's usually so unflappable. If it's okay with you, I was kind of hoping to have some time by myself right now. Oh, sure. I guess everyone copes with things different, yeah. No problem, I guess. I'll just, walk around the woods for a bit before heading back to town. No need for both of us to awkwardly walk in the same direction. See you around, Josh. I gotta go get Stella. Sorry, I'm not coming after you. Avery walks off, leaving you to finish the trek back to town alone. I'm worried about my time. You mentioned I'm running out of time. As you continue the trek to town, you pause to stare out at the mountain range beyond the holler, contemplating a world that blissfully unaware of the danger threatening the citizens of this tiny town. The world outside feels less real with each passing day, as the strange reality of what's happening in Scarlet Hollow gently uproots what you'd always taken to be the truths of our world. Your everyday worries seem distant, overshadowed by fears and dread that hasn't stopped building up since the moment you stepped off that bus. It isn't long until your journey from the estate is over, and you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Josh, you made it down the hill in one piece. Thank God. I didn't realize there were so many of those ditchling things around, or I would have driven up to get you. I can't believe they're outside during the day. It feels wrong. How are you doing? Mostly I'm just worried about Stella. I'll feel better when we find her. I'm sure she's okay, but yeah, the peace of mind would be nice. I'm supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she'll finally shed some light on things. Is the ghost still in the library? Any leads on Stella? I haven't had a chance to talk to anyone else yet, so nope, none so far. She ran north last night, but that doesn't mean she didn't double back. I'm trying not to worry too much. It's possible she's safe somewhere, just not answering her phone, but I also don't want to bet on that. I was kind of surprised you reached out to me after all the issues between you and Tabitha. I care more about finding Stella than I do about the ongoing feud between me and your cousin. I'm not going out there alone, because the last thing I want is to go missing while looking for someone who went missing. We do everything in groups from now on. I'm supposed to meet your mom today at some point. Maybe she'll finally spread some light on some things. I'm not sure what she's planning to tell you today that she couldn't have told us all last night. Maybe she's going to read your fortune. I should probably stop making fun of her whole new age mystic vibe. A lot's happened in the last couple days. Still, there'll be plenty of time for tea after we've looked for Stella. I guess we should get started. Yeah, we're burning daylight. Where to first? Let's go to Stella's house. Definitely. I probably should have done that before getting you to come all the way down here, but to be honest, I was scared of wandering off by myself, just in case I ran into any other horrors from beyond the veil. It'd be great if this turns out to be nothing, and she's just asleep in bed. Yeah, no, that won't happen. You make your way towards Stella's house. Kanika knocks anxiously on the door. It creaks open. This doesn't look like a break-in. It looks like somebody left the door open. Stella, or someone else, was in a hurry when they left. She's dead. Stella died, it's all my fault. Let's just enter Stella's house. You step past the threshold and into Stella's house. The living room is almost exactly as you saw it the other day. Whatever happened to Stella, it doesn't look like it happened here. Okay, nothing unusual so far. This is a perfectly normal living room. No blood or viscera. Not even a tipped over lamp. That's good. Alright, investigator room. Make your way down the hall to what you assume to be Stella's room. She's not here. Though it's a little untidy. It's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. Though it's a little untidy, it's the usual... Oh, This sure looks like a room. It's a mess. Don't see any clues here. You go to check Stella's computer. I'm not sure we should be snooping on her computer. Isn't that an invasion of privacy? Okay, but gossiping, I know it's an invasion of privacy, but we gotta do whatever we can to find her. Kanika, what if there's a clue and we miss it? What if we don't find Stella and it's all because we didn't snoop on her computer? Sure, suit me, but I'm not going to be part of this. I'll just be over here, standing in the corner of the room, not looking over your shoulder. Let me know if you find anything. Stella's desktop is horrifically cluttered. There are simply too many files and folders to fit on her monitor, and they overlap each other in chaotic, multi-layered display. I don't know what I expect to see here, but it definitely wasn't this. How does she ever get anything done? You scan through her folders and file names on Stella's desktop, looking for something, anything, that seems like it might be interesting. One folder catches your eye. Boring tax stuff. You're no fool. You've seen this folder before. You have this folder on your own computer. Boring tax stuff never contains boring tax stuff. For that matter, it never contains anything related to taxes, and its contents are never boring. You open the folder. You're surprised to find it contains carefully mapped out diagram of the Scarlet Hollow mines, including holes in fences and areas with lows of visibility. There's also a handful of old photos of Stella and Tabitha together as teenagers. Tabitha wears an uncharacteristic grin, an authentic, joyful smile, and Stella's eyes are somehow brighter, less tired. Both of them seem to be living in a happier time. Check her open tabs. Take you all day to count the number of open tabs she has. So numerous are her tabs that you can't see a single icon. A sea of rounded, featureless triangles from Windows edge to Windows edge. Her most recently open tab is a post on Uncle Carl's Bigfoot Farm, a forum for cryptozoology enthusiasts. The post in question is titled "Something Big is Happening in Scarlet Hollow." Hidden Appalachia. Hey everyone! Was out chasing a skunk ape last sighting the other day. I found these weird little guys. My friend's mom says there's something called ditchlings, but I never heard of them before. Anyone have any good leads? Camera isn't shaky enough. This is totally staged. Clean footage in some sort of cryptid nobody has heard of except for your friend's mom. The only thing I'm seeing when I Google ditchlings is some city in England. Thought you were legit. Guys, since when did high quality footage count as anything other than actual evidence? Those things are terrifying. Since every low budget horror movie started doing guerrilla marketing, I smell an ARG. I'm serious. I've got a ton of extra footage. Look at this nest. They've been doing something to the animals in town, and they're apparently some sort of bad omen, like Mothman. Okay, I'm listening. I love me a Mothman. I believe you. Ugh. Lucky you're falling right into a trap. I don't trust YouTubers. They're entertainers, not scientists. The thread continues into the next day. Hey, okay, so this isn't an ARG. I would never. And 2, you're not going to believe this, but we went into an abandoned mine last night to investigate things, and I'm pretty sure we found some Tommy knockers. Listen to this knocking we managed to catch on tape. There's a link to an audio file titled Tommy Knockers Real. Just because you put the word real in your file name doesn't mean they're real. 2 supernatural events back-to-back nights? This is so fake. I can't believe I bought into that River Runner hype. You're so full of it. YouTubers are always going to be sellouts to big indie horror. This is Kidnapped by Aliens all over again. Also, LOL dowdy white things. Dotty white things and now loud popping noise. Doughy white things. And now loud popping noises. This is definitely an ARG. Did you sell out to Pillsbury? Stop cyberbullying her or I'm going to call the mods. Locking this thread and giving everyone a 7-day ban. No cyberbullying and no self-promo. Thread ends. Oh, I don't want to check the search history. Okay, we've seen enough. I'm not getting too... Alright, I don't think there's any clues here. I don't think so either. This is what her room's been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. Aw, she still does those cork boards with the string things. She loves putting the strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyway. Investigate the kitchen. Stella's kitchen is slightly messy. A couple cabinets are hanging open and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. Looks normal to me. Stella's house has always felt a little sterile to me. This feels a little too lived in, if that makes sense. Though maybe that's just because I've only ever been over when she was already expecting me. You turn to leave Stella's house. Okay. What is that house out there? So she's not here, and we still have no idea where she is. I thought I was overreacting this morning. I thought she would have just been sleeping in or something. I can't believe she's actually missing. Where to next? Do we check with Oscar and Rosalina, or do we check out the diner? Should go to the mines. Let's go to the diner. Folks tend to congregate there. Maybe we'll run into someone who's seen Stella. It feels like you walked into a private meeting. The back booth is full of miners, and they're having what seems to be an intense discussion, their expressions gravely serious. Hey. Are we interrupting something? Of course not. Everyone's welcome here. The miners in back were too engaged in conversation to notice you enter, and instead of speaking in hushed voices, they argue with each other loudly enough for you to easily overhear. Sure, the shift schedules are tough, and sure, we don't get enough time off for me to see my family as often as I'd like, but this is the best job I can get right now. Listen, kid, you're only a year or so into this gig. Trust me, the longer it goes on, the more it sucks the life out of you. At first, you're just unhappy. You think you can weather it till you find something better. A paycheck's a paycheck, I get it. But the next thing you know, you've lost years of your life to a company that doesn't give a solitary shit about you, that uses up every free second it can, suck out of its workers, and pays us just enough to survive, but not so much that we can ever save enough to get the hell out. Zax, we could get fired for this. I really need the paycheck. My sister needs the paycheck. I'm the only reason she can afford her tuition right now. I can't get fired. And this job still has its perks, like the company housing. I can't afford my own place and send money back home. I don't know where I would live if I didn't have this job. Right, the company housing. How generous of the big boss to put you up in company-owned shack that ain't had proper maintenance done in decades. You know she uses that housing as an excuse to pay us less. In the company housing, that means almost nobody in the whole damn town owns the place they live. It's why the Scarlets can keep getting away with whatever they want. Zax, we don't have the numbers, man. You know this is risky. Riskier than most of us can afford. We would have the numbers if y'all would stand with me and not let management's scare tactics get to you. Well, there was a collapse less than 2 days ago. The boss expects us not to riot at the thought of being forced back down to there to work, while the threat of death looms over our heads. The threats only work if we let them. It doesn't matter whose name is on the deed of the place. Without us, there is no mine. We've got them against the ropes. We can't back down now, they'll come out swinging. Baker and Harrison's situation. Have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. The miners turn towards the doorway, all eyes glaring at you in unison. The YouTuber? We ain't seen her. Harrison's voice drops to a barely audible mumble. I hope she's okay. She hasn't been around, but I'll let you know if I hear. She hasn't been around, but I'll let you know if I hear anything. I guess we should get going. You turn and leave the diner, Kanika trailing close behind you. Still no sign of Stella. Mines or church? The church. What, do you think Stella decided to get religious all of a sudden? It's not unlikely. She seemed really shaken up. You're right. Stranger things have happened. Let's make it quick, though. I don't want him trying to rope me into some church event. Kanika leads the way, taking you up the gradual slope towards the church. Alright, where is that weirdo? My, 3 visitors at once. On a Thursday? This is unprecedented. But there are only 2 of us. Oh no, were we followed by ditchlings? Were we followed by Wayne? Sup, old people? Oh, it's just Zane. What are you doing here? All the glimpses of death I had in the past 2 days have forced me into the midst of an existential crisis, my dudes. I wanted to see if Faith had any answers for me. Alas, I have not yet found the solace I seek. Give it time, Zane. It sometimes takes a while for the Lord to work his way into your heart. But when he does, you won't regret letting him in. Be sure to look over those pamphlets I gave you, and of course, I'm always here if you need to talk. Sure thing, Pastor D. Peace, y'all. Anyway, we're looking for Stella. She wandered off last night and no one has seen her since. We're starting to get pretty worried. We hoped maybe you or Janie had seen her. I can't speak for Janie, but I'm afraid I haven't seen her neither hide nor hair, Stella. If you'd like to talk to my wife, she's just over by the alpacas. Though, Josh, I was hoping we might be able to talk in private. Why does it have to be in private? It's a personal matter. I'd rather folks not pry on this. I won't bite or anything, I promise. And we can talk here, right in the open. I guess I'll leave you to it while I check in with Janie. Kanika heads off towards Janie and the alpacas, leaving you alone with the nervous pastor. I had a chat with the mayor yesterday. I heard you did too. I'm so glad you came. I never met anyone else who could hear them. You have no idea how long I thought I must have some kind of insanity. I even thought at one point it must have been the Lord himself, talking to me through them. But they never had anything insightful to say, so I was disavowed of that pretty early on. Oh, I thought I was the only one. Are we sure we're actually talking to animals that we've been cursed? Is your gift why you got into the church? Is this why people think you're creepy because you have the gift? I can't express how much of a relief. I don't think the two of us sharing the gift means we're friends. Means the two of us are bonded. I hope you know that this means to nobody else will understand what it's like to be us. You're telling me you can also, but I thought I was the only one. I guess the two of us are just kindred spirits. Are we sure we're actually talking to animals? Now that I know there are at least two of us, I have no doubt. There have been times in my life where I thought I might just be nuts. But it's so consistent, and I've never exhibited any other signs of insanity. In my most doubting moments, I have considered the possibility that other entities may be using the animals to confuse my faith. But besides a particularly vicious hamster I had growing up, the most an animal has ever tried to convince me to do is give them more food. So I somehow doubt the puppets for some otherworldly evil, unless that otherworldly evil just wants me to overfeed my pets. Great. Does Janie know? No, I don't believe there should be secrets between a man and a wife. So I'll have to tell her one day, but there hasn't been a good time yet. Building a life in Scarlet Hollow has been a difficult process, and the last thing I need to do is add the stress of a husband being some kind of circus act. Tulip, on the other hand, I'm starting to have my suspicions that she might share this gift. There have been some particularly nasty rats in the church lately, and she said some things that have led me to believe she might be able to understand them. He's interrupted by the sounds of a snapping twig and a high-pitched giggle, partly muffled by the underbrush on the edge of the property. Tulip, come out of there. You know you're not supposed to play in the woods. Tulip glances back into the woods, quiet as she hesitates. Tulip, are you gonna be good, or are we gonna have to skip story time tonight? I'll be good. You don't have to skip story time. I won't go into the woods, I promise. I know you won't, Tulip, because you know it's too dangerous for little girls in there. Why don't you go help Mama with the alpacas? It's just about time they got fed. You can give them hay. Tulip smiles broadly, seemingly excited by the prospect, and hurries off. Sorry I had to have a firm parenting moment just then. She's been trying to run off into the woods a lot lately, and it's really dangerous, even for adults. There's this massive trash dump not too far past the trees, but it must be at least 50 years old, so it's all grown over and looks like it's part of the landscape. But if you accidentally walk on it, you might find yourself falling into the hip-deep mound of rusty cans and broken glass. Oh, Tetanus Lake. Stella told me about it. Tetanus Lake? I don't know, tetanus? It's tetanus, idiot. That's an accurate name. I wonder if Tulip would stay away if I started calling it that. Or if it would only make it sound more alluring. How big of a trash dump are we talking? Would a weekend of hard work clear it out? Maybe if you had some construction equipment and a team of professionals. It's a big area, and I have no idea how deep it goes. In the meantime, I'm just making sure Tulip knows not to go near it. What were you saying about the church rats? Ah, yes, the rats. So you and I are used to the sort of chatter we hear from wildlife. It's usually nothing that needs to be paid attention to. But these rats, there's something so sinister about them, and they must be huge judging by the sounds of them scurrying around in there. Tulip had never shown evidence of the ability before, but she's never responded to the alpacas or engaged in conversation with birds. In retrospect, she could have been hiding it the way I did growing up. Because I know she's been talking to the rats. She calls them her friends, has been drawing all these pictures of them, really ghastly things. Try to bring it up with her, but she just gets this little smile and doesn't say a word. It's like her fun little secret. It's all innocent enough in the grand scheme of things, but I'm pretty sure they also live out in that trash heap. And ever since she started talking about her friends, she's been trying to sneak out there. I'm concerned she's going to get hurt or catch some kind of disease. Are you sure they're rats? I think so. Pastor shifts uncomfortably for a moment. I hope so. What have they been saying? They like to try and goad me into crying or becoming depressed. They watch me through unseen holes and make fun of me and try to figure out how to press my buttons. It's annoying, but easy enough to block out, especially when I'm praying. I don't think they're good influence on Tulip, though. She's gotten quiet and secretive ever since she started talking to them. I'd hate to think that they say to her when I'm not around to hear. Have you actually seen them? Nah, but I don't need to. I lived in a dorm that had rats once. You never see them, but the church has all the signs of an infestation. There's no mistaking it, the sounds of little creatures stampeding in the walls. I left out some humane rat traps, and they're too smart for them. All it's done is waste peanut butter. And I caught a possum in one, poor thing. Possums are never very bright, but at least he got a nice big scoop of peanut butter out of the ordeal. Has Janie heard them? She's not in the church very often. She's usually in town doing her job until late. We spend our evenings in the house. It's just me and Tulip all day long. Janie knows Tulip has made some strange little friends, but thinks it's an imagination game. I'm hoping I'd sort out the rat issue before she could get suspicious, but they're persistent. So I may have to hire an exterminator if I can get the money for one. I hope it doesn't have to come to that. Is there anything I can do to help? Maybe I could try talking to them. That would be lovely. I'd certainly appreciate a helping hand here. I don't want to be too much of a bother, and you should probably finish looking for your missing friend first, but I'll be around. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Kanika walking back to the two of you. She must have finished talking to Janie. Janie says she hasn't seen Stella either, so we better get going. Hope your talk with the pastor went well. Yes, we had a great conversation. I appreciate you all stopping by, even if it wasn't under the best circumstances. I'll let you all be on your way. And I hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put in some good prayers with the big man for her. Alright, thanks. See ya. Kanika starts back down the path to town, and you follow. Okay, now that we've put some distance between us and the church, what did he want to talk to you about? He didn't say anything weird, did he? Tulips apparently made some weird imaginary friends. We might want to check it out later this week. He can also talk to animals. He just wanted to discuss it with me. Right. Your weird animals thing. I can't believe that of all the people in the world that could have shared the ability with, you wound up stuck with Pastor Daniel. Let's not get too distracted until we find Stella, though. Where to next? Let's go to the mines. I guess there's a decent chance Stella went to find your cousin since they're friends. Come on, I'll drive us. You follow Kanika to her van. It isn't long before you find yourself outside the Scarlet Mines. There's a small gathering of workers outside the entrance to the mines, picket signs in hand. I hope it's not weird to talk to them while they're in the middle of all this. Well, if it isn't the boss's cousin. Shouldn't you be digging those kids out of the mine? Any word about those kids stuck in the mine? Can we visit the dig site? Have any of you seen Stella? She's missing. The YouTuber? She's the one with all the banned from property posters, right? We haven't seen her, and we've been out here all day, so we'd know if she'd come by. Oh no, this isn't looking good. We'll make sure to keep an eye out. I need to talk to Tabitha. So you're saying you want to cross the picket line? You don't have to literally cross the picket line to get inside. That map you found on Stella's computer was practically a handbook for breaking into this place. Come on, what harm could I possibly cause by going in there? I have my cousin's phone number, I'm staying at her house, and last I checked, she knows you're all striking. Alright, fine. What's the harm? Go ahead. I don't care if they're okay with you going in, I'm still not crossing a picket line. Besides, I don't think Tabitha would be too happy to see me. I'll just wait by the van while you go talk to her. See you on the other side. The industrial noises of the Scarlet Mine are only a little quieter than they were 2 days ago. The trailer that serves as Tabitha's office looms above you on the hill. Now that you're inside, you're free to examine the dig site. The dig site is busy. Massive drills bore into the earth as parents and residents tensely wait for any signs of progress. You're some relative of Tabitha Scarlet, aren't you? Tell her to come out here now. Alexa's family and I have been out here since yesterday morning. My child's down there, and Miss Scarlet has barely even made an appearance since she stood around doing nothing for an hour yesterday. Guess she's too busy hiding from her own workforce to come out here and let us parents know when our children might be rescued. Please don't yell at me. I have nothing to do with this. It looks to me like folks are working pretty hard to dig them out. I don't know how helpful it would be to actually Tabitha to be out here. Get off my cousin's back. We tried to drag those kids out of here the other night, and they decided it was a good idea to run off. Don't you try and turn this around on the children. If my Becca put herself in danger, it's probably because of all the adults down there gave her a good reason to. Oh, Becca's mom. I'm telling you, Nancy, the fellas on the rig are giving us the updates as they come in. There's nothing Miss Scarlet could tell us that they don't already know. I know you want to give her what for, but that's not going to change what's going on up here. Even my own husband is too scared of this woman to stand up for our family. Oh boy, I'll be praying for y'all. I'm so sorry. Tabitha's doing important planning her office, phone calls and whatnot. Leave Tabitha alone. She's doing her best. Your kid is the one who broke into an abandoned mine. What kind of heartless person just says something like that about a 15-year-old girl? Actually, Becca's dad, wasn't it you who told her it was safe to go down there in the first place? I'll have you know I said no such thing. Oh my god, it's true, isn't it? You said it was safe, didn't you? I'd been in a few times as a kid. It always seemed sturdy. I just figured that if it had stood that long, what were the chances there would be another collapse? I know I shouldn't have, but I can't change the past. What matters is she's still alive and we're going to get her out of there. I can't believe you. I need to have some words with my husband. You find your cousin and tell her I expect to see her out here immediately. Becca's mom turns and leaves. Head to Tabitha's office. You leave the dig site and make your way back to Tabitha's office. You walk up to Tabitha's trailer and knock on the door. You wait for a moment. No response. You knock again. Oh, for the love of... The door swings open. Oh, it's you. Should I go? Yeah, and try not to get yourself noticed. Try not to get yourself noticed. It sounds like Tabitha's found a rat. I saw nothing. I heard nothing. That's right. Let's keep it that way. Rodriguez, I said you're dismissed. Now get out of here. The door clicks closed as Rodriguez leaves Tabitha's office. Tabitha heaves a heavy sigh. Please, just forget anything you heard, okay? I'm not gonna undermine you. We're good, Tabby. I don't think you actually have to do much in the way of strike breaking. I don't think that I can be on your side for the strike. Thanks. I know I haven't given you many reasons to be kind to me, so I really appreciate you choosing to be that way, even if I'm not very easy to get along with. Look, you didn't come here to talk about my meeting. Why are you here? Don't get me wrong. It's nice to see a friendly face. You shouldn't be up here. This is my battle to fight. Stella is still missing. We've been looking all over town for her and don't have any leads. You don't think... Wayne... It was an empty threat. He's not going to follow through. There wasn't evidence that he'd been in her house or signs of struggle. She'll turn up. Pretty sure that's what I'm worried about. I'll see if I can figure something out. I'm going to keep looking. Becca's mom is expecting you to make an appearance. Just wanted to let you know you should let her stew, though. Can't believe she's treating you like this. Right? That woman puts Pearl Ann to shame. Thanks for saying that. This hasn't exactly been an easy situation to deal with. I'm gonna keep looking for Stella. I'll see you tonight. Let me know when you find her, okay? I don't want to sit around worrying about her all day. Tabitha's phone buzzes. I'd better get back to work. Stay safe out there, Josh. Call me if you run into more trouble, but please don't go looking for any today, okay? I don't need you going missing too. You leave the office, closing the door behind you. You find Kanika waiting for you outside. You don't look like you found any new leads. It feels like we've done our due diligence here. Come on. I'll drive us back to town and we can figure out what our next move from there is. Where to next? Let's check in with Oscar and Rosalina. They're at the Maxwell place, right? Yes, the place your oh-so-generous cousin decided was suitable for habitation. Sorry, I know she's your family and everything, but with what Oscar and Rosalina have been through this week, just couldn't believe she'd even suggest something like that. You don't get far before the sound of growling and desperate hisses grabs your attention. Get away from me. I'm supposed to be an indoor cat. I'm not supposed to see things like you. You don't even talk, you freak. You turn to see a ditchling approach a cornered pixel in an alley. He must have slipped out of the library with everyone else last night. The ditchling, distracted from its hunt by your arrival, cranes its neck to face you, its eyes settling on you with alien indifference. Hey, quit it! The words feel meek as they leave your mouth, and the ditchling, unaffected, turns back to its cornered prey. I'm grabbing Pixel! Before you can react, a small pack of dogs rounds the corner. Oh my gosh! Before you can react, a small pack of dogs rounds the corner. They pounce on the creature, pulling it from the wall, and then taking turns biting and tearing at it until it's ripped to shreds. Their task complete, they saunter towards you. What the? What are Daisy and Scraps doing out here? Are they leading some sort of ditchling hunting dog gang? I lived! Pixel, you got out of the library. Oh, you poor cat, come here. Pixel cautiously walks towards your group before clambering into your arms. He has a comfortable heft to him. I guess he likes you more than me. We found him last night, terrified and shaking in a bush outside the library. Psh, I wasn't that scared. I've even been helping out. Little Pixels here has been volunteering as a scout. Don't worry. We're always right around the corner. Those creatures only like to strike out when they have numbers, but they're hardly very bright. We made sure the little guy was taken care of till the humans were awake. Do y'all know where he's supposed to be? So, you're this Scraps I've heard so much about. We'll make sure he gets back to his family. Gretchen really admires you, Scraps. Are there anything humans can do about the ditchlings? Your family's worried about you off on your own like this? So you're the Scraps I've heard so much about. The one and only. This here is Daisy, and we've got a few other concerned locals with us as well. Just making sure the cats and the dogs of the holler are well cared for, considering recent events. There are more of those things in the woods every day, popping out of the innocent bodies of what used to be dogs like us. He's done us a fine service, but you best make sure to keep Pixel inside from here on out. I got a feeling these things are only gonna get worse from here. Like to see you try. I was an indoor cat, but now that I've got a taste of the outdoors, I will never be satisfied with the indoor life. But maybe I can wait until those monsters are gone. Have any of you seen or smelled Gretchen? Is she missing? Oh dear. Scraps, you don't think? Gretchen's person would never let that happen to her, wherever she is. I'm sure she's safe from those things. Dog like her doesn't get to be that age without a watchful human at her side. Let me know if you smell her around town. Can you help us find her? You've got better noses for this sort of thing. We'll do our best. Didn't intend to make any more trips out into the woods, but if it's for Gretchen, we'll take that risk. She's a well-liked dog in these parts. Been around longer than any of us. It'd be a blow to the community for her to fall victim to those monstrosities. Gretchen really admires you, Scraps. Oh, she flatters me. I'm nothing special, just another dog. All the more reason to go after her before it's too late. Don't be so modest, Scraps. You're the kind of dog other dogs listen to. That's more than can be said for that Jimmy. Thinks he's so high and mighty just because he can sit and stay the best, as if obedience is the best quality in a leader. Yeah, screw Jimmy, what a joke. One of you should be mayor. Well, aren't you sweet? Some dog just ain't fit to lead. It's not his fault the humans of his own town flung him so far out of his depths. Well, we'd best be on our way. Same for us. For the first time that we know of, these things are out during the day, which means the pets of Scarlet Hollow need us now more than ever. Make sure the humans keep the extra careful watch on their furry companions. The band of dogs scampers off. You just had a full-on conversation with those dogs. It's so weird when you do that. And you even convinced them to help us find Stella. Your powers have finally come in handy. Kanika sighs, muttering to herself. Knowing dogs are capable of carrying on an actual conversation is going to make being a veterinarian really weird. Pixel in tow, you and your companions continue onto the old Maxwell place. The old Maxwell place. It was clearly once a mid-century modern home, and undoubtedly quite stylish for the time. But it's been abandoned for unknown decades, and moss and vines choke its exterior, barely concealing cracks in the walls and dust-clouded glass. Hey, where the heck you taking me? This ain't my house. Before you can approach, the door opens, and Oscar's head pokes out from the entryway. Hello? Oh, sorry if I stalled y'all. Walls in here are worn down enough that I could hear you coming from a mile away. Good morning, Oscar. Thank goodness you found Pixel. Rosalina's been beside herself. Oscar's voice is tired. He's had a long night, and it shows, his graying face seemingly having aged in the house since you last saw him. Please come on in. Pixel, he's okay. Rosalina rushes forward, taking Pixel from your arms and hugging him close to her chest. How are y'all holding up? I'm doing alright. Rosalina is... I'm fine. Things could be worse. She yells, but glaring at you as she talks. She isn't fine. She's angry. It really isn't as run down as it looks. It's got all kinds of weird little features, like an intercom and a jacuzzi. Of course, none of them are really usable with the state of the place. We've turned on the water and pipes still work at the very least. Though, I won't be drinking out of them till I've tested what comes out. What are we doing? Start with Stella. Have any of you seen Stella since last night? She went missing after the ghost hunt last night, and we can't get a hold of her. She hasn't gotten in touch with any of you. I'm starting to freak out a little. I really care about her, and she's just gone. It's okay, Josh. We're going to find her. That's not good. I haven't seen her since she ran off last night. I feel terrible. This is my fault, isn't it? I should have done a better job warning her. Stella was practically banging down your door trying to get evidence of ghosts. I don't think you were going to be able to stop her. There's no way you could have known she would react when she found it. Sorry that I can't be more helpful. My cousin said the miners have heard at least one voice down there. I know it's scary right now, but Alexis and Becca might still be okay. Really? She said that? Did you hear that, Rosa? Maybe everything will work out after all. I'll believe it when I see it, and it doesn't change things anyways. You still left them behind. I left them? You left them too! If they're okay, it's just because of dumb luck. This is actually pretty sweet. I'd like to apologize on behalf of my cousin for making you stay here. I'll try to see if I can get Tabitha to set you up somewhere nicer. I don't want someplace nicer. I want my house. And I would have my house, and I'd have my friends if you didn't run away whenever there was trouble. Okay, listen, Rosa. Rosalina. Let her vent. No, Dad. Let me say what I need to say. Josh, you ran away last night, and that's why me and my dad are both stuck in this house instead of back home where we belong. I'm so tired of adults running when things get scary. That's enough, Rosalina. Josh hadn't been running from anything. We've all just been trying to survive as best we can. As far as I'm concerned, Josh is the only reason you aren't still down in those mines, so I'm personally quite grateful for what he's done for our family. Besides, it's not like we'll have to stay here for long. One way or the other, we'll get our house back. There's no need for anyone else to take on any permanent life-changing burdens on our behalf. I don't care what it takes. I'm not letting that creature get the last laugh. It's all bravado at this point. Not even Oscar believes what he just said. Sure, that went so great the first time. I've had it with the big talk. I'm going to my room. Let me know if you actually managed to accomplish anything or if we'll have to move to some tent in the woods next. Rosalina storms off. As she leaves, Oscar's shoulders seem to unclench, the tension leaving him as he sighs dejectedly. Let's go outside and give us some space. I have to make things right. I'm not letting external forces shape my life anymore. It's time to face this thing head on. No more running away and pretending nothing is wrong for Rosalina. I've been thinking. As far as I'm aware, there was nothing paranormal going on in Scarlet Hollow before very recently. Now here we are, suddenly surrounded by weird little goblin creatures in the woods, while entire buildings are taken over by supernatural creatures. You think there was an inciting event, right? I do. That's my thought too. It was never like this in the Hollow before. Something must have happened that kicked off all this magic stuff. The death! Our aunt was keeping it all at bay. And that's why Tabitha knows about it. She's got the goat. It's some sort of ritual that has to be performed to crush the thing back down. Whatever the cause of this is, there must be some way to put its genie back in the bottle. I'm going to do my best to find out if there's ever been a similar events, and whether there's anything special about Scarlet Hollow that might explain what's going on. The town's archives are, unfortunately, in the library. Rosalina had been pestering me to make some sort of digital backup for months, but I never got around to it, so online sources it is. We'll fill you in with what little we know, so at least you have some place to start. We've been finding these weird stone seals. There was one in the mines and another in the basement. There might be more. These are those carvings you mentioned last night, right? To think there was something like that under my house all this time, and to think someone must have put it there, but who? This gives me quite a few threads to follow. Thank you, Josh. Make sure Pixel stays inside, or he might get grabbed by ditchlings. The ditchlings are those things from the woods, right? With those faces. They snatched animals to do some kind of parasitic egg-laying thing, so unless you want one of those things to pop out of Pixel, you better keep him inside. I think some dogs kept him safe, like a gang of dogs. I know it sounds ridiculous, but we saw it with our own eyes. A gang of dogs? I suppose stranger things have happened. This very week, in fact, but we'll make sure he stays safe. I think there's something in the clinic. There was this door yesterday, and I could feel something pulling me towards it. You didn't mention anything like that yesterday. I see. I'll dig up what I can on the clinic. There's a lot of history there. I wouldn't be surprised if there's something haunting that place as well. Oh God, you don't think that's why Reese is sick, do you? He's been sick for years, hasn't he? If there's something supernatural causing his illness, it puts a bit of a wrench in our recency theory. It does, but maybe there's more to it than that. Maybe things being cluttered so tightly together it's just a coincidence. Maybe Scarlet Hollow's been weird for a long time, and we're just starting to notice. It took me back-to-back encounters with the paranormal on consecutive nights to even consider that we might be dealing with something supernatural. Reese mentioned a movie night, right? It's the perfect cover for an investigation. Who knows if that would fly with Dr. Kelly, though. After last night, I'm pretty sure she's not going to let us anywhere near her house. If we're going to investigate the clinic, I think we're going to have to break in. No, absolutely not. It's what Stella would do, and she's been 3 for 3 this week when it comes to finding spooky stuff. She's also been 3 for 3 when it comes to finding her way into mortal peril. This is why we have to find her as soon as possible. It shouldn't fall on me to suggest we do something dangerous. I'm terrible at selling it. It's not that I don't think we should figure out what's going on in there. We just need to be cautious about what we do next. We don't want anyone getting attacked or possessed by any more ghosts, even if it's to help a friend. I don't know if we have time to play it safe. Just give me a day or two to do some research before you do anything rash, okay? I wonder if this could be the work of some sort of cult. You mentioned something like this at the library the other day. If there was a cult in Scarlet Hollow, I feel like I'd know about it. I think the cops are in on it. I don't know, they just seem so, what's the word I'm looking for? Ineffectual? Exactly. Even if they are part of a cult, I doubt we'd really have to worry about them. Though if they were part of a cult, that sort of public image might benefit them. Look at us now. Everyone here except for Josh was eager to dismiss any notion of wrongdoing. Something to think about. Whatever we're doing next, it feels like we're missing a vital team member. We need to find Stella, fast. I agree. We need her brazen energy if we're going to do any serious sleuthing. Let us know what you find. I will. We're gonna get to the library back, and we're gonna figure out how to fix whatever's wrong in this town. So that's Oscar. Any other ideas? Alright. Well, I think here we got one more. We're gonna go explore the cops. I don't want to start on that right now because that could potentially be another 30 minutes. Who knows how long that'll take. But this is a good stopping point for the episode. That puts us at, what, episode 6? So 6 episodes down. Who knows how many more to go. If you've made it through episode 6, thank you very much. I appreciate you watching this whole video, or all 6 videos, or however long you've been here. I'm really enjoying this series. I'm really enjoying the story. I'm really sucked in. It's fun. Just kind of... I don't have to... I could just enjoy the story. And that's kind of more what I wanted to do rather than these brain-dead looping games. But either way, thank you for watching. If you could, a like and a subscribe. It'd be helpful. If not, I get it. But either way, if you've made it this far, I still hope that I get to see you on the next one. And thank you for watching. Bye.